Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Second year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And there, on the return, touchdown, L.A. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they'll try the jet sweep here. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Ready, ready. 10 logo.
Man left, man left. You got three down.
Let's go.
On first down, Herbert eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brings us third down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They run with it. It's Khaled. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm going to run you over. Watch the eye. Rush in.
Ready.
From the gun, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Mike 20. Time to go night. Check 24.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got it to Williams. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now this time he'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. 2nd and 14. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year. as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. These two teams all tied after one. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Joey Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Carl Nassib, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Yeah.
24 is the mic. Check.
Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 89 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They go play action here on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. These two teams have been in the same division, meeting twice a year for decades, and there was some buzz in the press box earlier about the Holy Roller game in 1978. That's when Ken Stabler was about to get sacked, fumbled the ball, it got pushed forward. Dave Casper fell on it in the end zone, and the Raiders would win 21-20, and that was the catalyst for changing the offense's ability to advance a recovered fumble. Little history lesson for all you youngsters out there.
Blue draw Corkers.
Man, that QB's trash. Let's go. Switch.
Hurry. Ready.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, Alpha.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
Yeah, baby.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now a play fake. Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
56. Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. This is caught by Williams. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a game of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Chargers' 9. Yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
General West. You're mine.
Again, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 3rd down. And
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Carr to throw again. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his...
This is caught at the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
49, check 49, check 49. Weapon.
To throw on second down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Herbert. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
And normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Carr now on first down. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. On play action, now Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. To throw his Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll get this to Eckler. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. 10-2 stop. Hey, Charlie. Go. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Check. Fresno.
From the gun, Herbert. Flushed out right. And caught by Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
30 base. Protein spill.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10
Squeeze.
at the 27-yard line.
to throw on second down. Herbert, his throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Ready?
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
You better be afraid of me. Hey! Be afraid of me.
Second and 6. And that's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal.
Check. 24 is the mic. It's our time. It's our time.
Hey, wahoo!
24 is the mic.
Now.
Operating from the gun. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready to go.
42, Mike 42. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Yep.
That's mine. I got him. 42.
Smooth.
Check. Mike's 4-2. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Let go.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Here's Badgley now for the Charger field goal. Badgley's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Fielded about a yard deep. He goes airborne. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
We got 6.
A big play there. 77 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 15 yards on that one, and a Charger first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Looking to throw. Herbert is going to float this over the middle deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 11. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, 5, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get him one closer. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We go. 70, Indy.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
So don't say nothing.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
29.
Carr going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Intended for Hunter Henry. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field.
To throw again. Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch number 12. Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put